What's up, guys? In this video, I'm just going to be going over scaling into your trades. This is going to probably be one of the shortest videos within the program, just because it is very self-explanatory with the rules. With the way that you would scale into your trades is essentially the rules are that you will only scale into an active trade if you are rather 1, already risk-free, or your stop loss is already at break-even, or if you are moving your stop loss to way less risk already. So let's say this example right here, actually messed up on this little example right here. Let's say we have this little inverse fair value gap right here, and it gets closed above, you enter your trade, right? With your stop loss right here, your 1-to-1 risk to reward is right here, right? So after price comes up, hits your 1-to-1 risk to reward, now you have a break-even stop loss, right? If we just ignore the rest of these 3 candles, at the time that your 1-to-1 gets hit, you now have a risk-free trade. Now, the same time that your 1-to-1 got hit, a fair value gap was created, or an order block, or whatever confluence you would scale in off of. Essentially, you just want to make sure that the confluence is above your break even. So let's say right here, you had this initial entry on this candle closing above this inverse fair value gap. I'll actually mark it up just so you can remember. So we have this inverse fair value gap getting closed above, and we enter the first time. Price comes up, hits our 1-to-1 risk to reward, and now we're break even on this trade. If price comes back to our entry, we will just get out for break even. So now, when we see that a fair value gap is created right above our break even point, when price returns into this point, you can add another contract. Mind you, not every single time. Do not take this as a sign to just add to every single winning trade that you have. The best times that it is to scale into a trade is when the draw is very clear. It's very clear that price is respecting your side. So when we have big displacement through a high and we create a bullish fair value gap, this is a reason to possibly scale into your trade. Now, after you scale into your trade, your fill will be moved, or you will have another position. You always want to make sure, after you scale in, your stop loss gets moved to above break even. So if our initial entry was here, and then we scale in right here, our new fill could be possibly, right here, right where I'm putting this little orange line. So this could be our new fill. Instead of having our stop loss at break even down here, after we scale into this trade, we move our stop loss above the new fill that we got. So we are still break even on the trade if it comes back down, but we have far greater profit potential. We're able to make a lot more off of the trade if it continues in our direction. So that goes with the same rule that if you are already risk-free or you have a break-even stop loss, then you can scale into a trade. Because you are still break-even, you are not letting that trade turn into a loss. You're just scaling in with the opportunities that price is presenting you and just moving your stop loss along with it so that you have even more opportunity for a bigger win and no loss at all because you're already break even. And the second way that you could do this is if you are moving your stop loss to far less risk. So let's say you don't set a break-even stop loss, and this is just your target up here, and we entered this initial time. Let's say we see that price creates this bullish fair value gap right here, and we want to scale into this trade. If we scale in here, we cannot keep the same stop loss here because you're going to have way more risk. So let's say you enter, you just enter again here. It would be smart to move your stop loss up, or move your stop loss up to a point where you're essentially not having a lot of risk behind the position. Even with you scaling in, you still have the same risk that you initially intended, or you have, slightly more or less. Because you don't want to just be throwing a big position size just because you think that you can scale into a trade, because that's how you get burned very easily. But yeah, this is how you scale into your trades. It really is also just an experience thing. You'll kind of see as time goes on, you have more opportunities to scale into your trades. You'll be able to see them more find out if you even want to do it in the first place. And yeah, I hope that helped you understand that.